From our correspondent in Benghazi, Laurence Lee joins us now live. Laurence, there are plenty of people behind you who don't seem to hold out much hope.
No, they don't. In general terms, the mood of this enormous crowd here is that, first of all, they think the African Union is, in a sense, doing Gaddafi's bidding, that by going to Tripoli, standing next to him, they're offering him some sort of legitimacy, implying that he still has a constituency in the international community, and then offering this five-point plan, which they say Gaddafi has signed up to, and therefore then coming here and putting pressure on the shadow government and the opposition to agree to it. They think that the African Union basically isn't to be trusted, and that when the cars turned up, they were mobbed by the crowd here. And I think they think as well, probably, that Gaddafi is still playing a game. There is a tiny, tiny little window of opportunity when you speak to some of the people here, that they say that, in theory at least, and it's worth going into in some more detail, there might be grounds for a ceasefire. And some of them say, in theory at least, there might be other people in Tripoli who they could talk to. But the absolute red line is that Gaddafi and his sons have to go, and that they don't like the African Union proposal because implicit in it is a suggestion that Gaddafi and his sons might stay.
Right.
And so they're trying to make as much noise as possible, so inside the hotel here where the talks are going on, they can get their message heard from the street.
Well, do we know whether the reception the AU gets inside that hotel is going to be at all similar to the reception they got outside?
Well, the question is, in general terms, first of all, whether the shadow government here is strong enough and has enough in the tank to stand up to this group of heads of state. Remember, these aren't politicians, they're a group of amateurs who are trying to behave like politicians in the face of enormous pressure. Now, if they say in simple terms that we are prepared to talk about anything, but Gaddafi and his sons have to go, then that clearly is going to run straight into excuse me, what the African Union have to say. If they can at least offer some sort of concession, which is potentially at least a ceasefire to begin with, then it will at least look like progress in the short term.
All right, Laurence Lee, live in Benghazi.